Hey guys, Matt here, and today I need to bring you guys the video on the continuation of yesterday's video where we spoke about why I got locked for the second time and fake screenshots. The thing is, there's other drama I'll be talking about in this video. I also want to address my biggest fan ever, and I also want to address some accusations that have been going around lately that I'm just making a bunch of alternate Reddit accounts in order to speak about myself or defend myself, but like in the third person, or like starting fights with other content creators and stuff like that, which is all a bunch of nonsense, but don't worry about it. So today's video is going to be absolutely drama filled. So if you're a little bit of a drama frog, go get yourself some popcorn, sit down and enjoy. If on the other hand, you're not somebody who wants to be, you know, on this whole drama situation, because we are going to be going all the way back to my initial lock, because it's going to be very important in order to put some context into why I got locked the second time. So there's a lot to cover here, lots and lots of drama. So if you're not into that, just close out of the video and I'll catch you guys in the next one. For those who want to take this drama-filled ride, well, let's get going. So it all starts with this post here on Reddit, which is Twitch partner Path of Math, which by the way is written wrong, because if he had called me by name, it would actually be breaking the subreddit rules. So he had to intentionally write my name wrong in order to get the thread to stay up, to stay up on the subreddit, which is a little bit of a loophole that I think quite interesting, coming from a guy who is as self-righteous as he is, as you'll see later on in the video. But I digress. This is basically the whole post. That is what got my lock, my initial lock back in Harvest League. So to give you guys some context, in Delirium League, around the end of the league, we gave out some mirrors. Around the third month of the Harvest League, I started doing 24 T4 seed farming, and I was dropping a headhunter like every other map. I had 20 plus mirrors sitting in my stash. I didn't need any currency, so I just started giving out the headhunters to my community. So the reason why I did that is because I had gotten the green lights from a GG employee. So I got in touch with this GG employee called Karen, and I asked Karen, you know, how can I go about making these giveaways legitimate so I don't get, you know, breaking TOS. And he said, well, basically what makes a Discord okay or not okay is whether there's a paywall for it. So it's okay to do stream giveaways, but it can't be to subscribers and it can't be to followers only. It's got to be an equal chance for everybody. So now there's basically two different ways to look at everybody. You can look at everybody in the sense of everybody who's present on the stream, or you can look at everybody in the terms of whoever is present in the game. Now, it's impossible to reach every single person in the game. So initially what I had done to make it even more fair than just to my community, because I thought that you couldn't do community only giveaways, is that I would go to like Global 1 or Global 820 and then I would tell people to spam numbers. What happened though is that the first time I did that, I actually got muted for inciting spam, was the reason for the mute. So I realized, well, this isn't gonna work. So I spoke with Kieran. I was like, well, how do I go about this? So he's like, well, you can advertise it in a, you know, one of those more public global channels and then do it in a random channel. So I was like, okay, so that's how we started doing it initially. The first few ones we did were done like that. So we would go in global channel 1 or 820 or both, and I'd be like, okay, global or giveaway in channel 566 or whatever, and then we would conduct the giveaway, and there you go. The odds of it being a community member of mine that were actually winning was almost guaranteed, but it was fair to the people who were in those global channels at that specific time, who saw the message and decided to believe it and to participate. But realistically, it was pretty much just my community winning anyways. So eventually this popped up on Reddit, where it was a message from another streamer that was basically trying to do giveaways and was interested in knowing how he could go about it. So this was the email that he sent to GGG. He said, I'm a small streamer and I want to give away my currency to my viewers. This is very important to my viewers since I'm done for the league. However, I do not want to break TOS and wanted to ask, is it okay to do so? I clearly said to my viewers. So if it wasn't allowed, the answer could have been, can't do any giveaway to your viewers. And this is the response from support. Stream giveaways of in-game items are permitted, provided the giveaway is open to everyone, not limited to subscribers and followers. Remember the two different definitions of everyone available. But this guy is saying stream giveaways of in-game items are permitted. So it seemed to me that depending who you were speaking to in terms of GGG employees, they were enforcing different rules. So I decided, well, if then it's okay to just do communities, I'm not going to waste my time going to those other global channels because they don't really have an effect anyways, and it's just annoying. Every time I did that, people in those global channels would, you know, say it was fake or just start rambling about random crap or just get mad. So I said, okay, we'll just go in whatever channel, 566 for example, and we'll do it there. It's going to be exclusively to the community, not to anybody else, unless someone just happens to be in global 566 at that moment. So we did it like that, and it was perfectly fine for a few days until this post hit the front page of Reddit. The moment that happened, that on the same day, if I remember correctly, my account got locked. So when my account got locked, I got in contact with support. I had some proof that, you know, Kieran, another employee, had approved of my method of doing the giveaways, and I had the this right here to support that it was okay to do even just in my community, just in my stream. But this time around, I was talking to another employee, and this guy said, which happened to be Rob in the end of it, said, no, you cannot do community only giveaways. So I said, okay, well, my bad, I didn't know, you know, I thought it was fine. There's clearly a response right there saying it's okay. So he said, well, look, if you promise not to do any more giveaways, I'll unlock your account and you'll be on your merry way. So I said, fine, let's do that. I promise I'm not going to do any more giveaways or anything like that. Let's just go ahead and get this sorted out. So he unlocked my account. Now what happened is I sent him another email because I wanted to know the boundaries of what was okay in terms of giveaway. Was it okay to do it off stream to only my community? Was it okay to do it off stream if it wasn't only my community? What was the template on what's considered an acceptable giveaway? So there was some basically emails that were sent back and forth between me and these GGG employees. I had a couple of them that I was speaking with at the time, and it did seem that not everybody was on the same page, but I digress. So I'll link this imager gallery in the description of the video for people who are interested in reading every single thing. But essentially, the message, the instructions from the GG employees were pretty unclear. They were saying, like, we highly recommend not doing it. Like, there was no rock hard, no, you can't, or yes, you can, which was very, very strange. Now, one thing that's really important here in this imager gallery is to pay attention to the chronological order of these posts. They are all in chronological order. Sorry, that's hard to say. So this basically was sent to me before this, which was sent before that, and so on. Now, the reason why this is important is because the second lock that happened, which turned my 1 day and then I got unlocked into a until the end of the league lock, was because I was accused of attempting to do Discord giveaways. Now, there was no evidence whatsoever that showed that I was actually going to do Discord giveaways at all. And not only that, I had never even said, okay, fine, we'll just do Discord giveaways, despite the fact that I was told I couldn't. And even if I would have said, okay, fine, let's do it, I never actually went through and did anything wrong. Like, there was never any intent of what I was being accused of. So why this is important and why the chronological order is important is because if you take some of these messages that I sent and you take them out of context, out of, and you don't worry about anything else but just what's in the message, it could actually look incriminating towards the fact that I had indeed tried to do Discord giveaways. So, for example, I said, no clue why any of these claim giveaways are fine. That was me saying that. Giveaways are fine. I sent an email, we'll see soon enough what's going on. So this was actually basically when I thought giveaways were fine because I had the green lights. I said I have a legit conversation with GGG, so I had the green lights. So an email, some emails were thrown back and forth, and we were whatever. And I said, okay, which I know for a fact is considered fine. I was talking about giveaways, but guess what? Giveaways off stream are all fine. Now, if you actually go through these, you'll see that at some point it says that if you do the giveaways off stream, it's fine, because then how is it considered RMT, even if it's for your own community, because you're not getting anything out of it, and only the people in your community are even going to know that this is happening. So there's no way to grow your community through these community giveaways. So I said, okay, well then all Discord giveaways or giveaways off stream are all fine because of a message I had. Again, if you look at further emails that I got from them, further instructions, which told me no, finally, at the very end, that just said pretty much, no, you can't do giveaways. The fact that I had said that could look very incriminating and look like I was just going to do offline giveaways, despite the fact that I wasn't allowed. But in chronological order, it's not like that at all. So I said, what does that mean after stream? So what does that mean? After the stream, we'll do them, because I got the confirmation. If it's not giveaway, if the giveaway is not on stream, it's fine. But after that, I received another email from them, because I had sent them a question or something. I don't quite remember. And it said, like, no, we highly recommend you don't do Discord giveaways either. So I said, I just hope they wouldn't see it as provocation or something like that. It's like playing with fire. Now, I said it's playing with fire because I was like I said, I was trying to get a template of what was okay and what wasn't okay. So I was trying to figure out the boundaries. And as I was typing those emails, I could see them as provocation, as in like playing with words and stuff like that. But I wanted to be absolutely sure, because I said, to be honest, but I'm trying to set the boundaries. If GGG doesn't approve, I wouldn't be able to do it, which is why I'm making sure beforehand. Now, you see, if you take the fact that I said this way after I had said that Discord giveaways were fine, all of a sudden, it doesn't look like I'm trying to do Discord giveaways, but despite the fact I was told I wasn't allowed to do it. By the way, all of these messages are still available in my Discord. You can find them there. I said, but I guess I'm covering my ass here and making sure everything is A-okay. I think it's quite funny. I'm not sure what this was about. So I finally actually got the final email from them. I never got another email after that in regards to the situation, despite the fact that I think I had sent another one. But from this one, it was pretty clear that essentially they were getting fed up and they're like, yo, dude, no. The answer is no. So I said, yeah, that's my last question. If he tells me no, then I'm done. I said, I mean, I won't deny that I'm a confrontational person, but at the same time, in this case, I just need answers. Now, this is true, and I would never say that's not. If you come to my stream and you start talking smack, or if you start talking like out of your ass with no proof, no arguments, no nothing, I will probably confront you about it. And that's just part of who I am. I don't like people who just, speak nonsense for no reason. So I said, I really need answers. So I said, but it seems the final answer I got is just don't give away shit, which is a real shame. And this was the final, basically, message that I sent in regards to this entire situation, where I said, okay, they said no, it's a shame. But again, nowhere in this entire stream, after the fact that they were told me that no, it wasn't okay, did I ever say that I was going to be doing it, or that I was going to be trying it, or that I was going to be trying to hide it? I mean, they had told me no, and the answer was no. It was a shame, but that doesn't really show anything else than that was a shame, right? Never, again, there was never any proof, any evidence that I had actively tried to do what they were accusing me of doing. So then again, afterwards I actually went through my stream stats and looked at viewership numbers when we were doing giveaways and we weren't doing giveaways and all that. It was actually kind of funny because we saw that we were actually having less viewers on average when we were doing giveaways, despite the fact that the reason why giveaways on stream are not permitted, or at least not permitted anymore, I suppose, is because they're considered RMT. Now, this is what these people on Reddit are trying to accuse me of, because by definition of GGG, this falls under RMT. So they're making it look like I'm an RMTer. In reality, I'm just somebody who gave out some headhunters on stream. I was never paid for it. I never paid anybody for currency. It had nothing to do with that. It was just giving out some headhunters that I really didn't need, and that was making people happy, and everybody was having a good time, which makes it obvious that because of that, because people were losing that, people are going to be mad at this guy, and people are also going to be mad at the employee in question, which, in my opinion, to this day, was an unfair trial of my case. I really think that I had all of the arguments and all of the timestamps and all of the evidence necessary to disprove that I had ever tried to do any of this, the same way I did in the last video yesterday, where I disproved my involvement in any of this. And yeah, like, I think it was unfair. So yeah, there was definitely in my community some people who were pissed off at Rob, and I was also pissed off because, you know, I was just sitting there for a month locked out of my account for something I hadn't done. And one of my biggest pet peeve in life is injustice. I cannot stand injustices. Now there is this screenshot which actually started going around though at some point back then, but the thing is, there's no evidence that this was ever in my Discord. Now, it's easy to just delete these messages in my Discord. I tried to get in contact with Siskiko to ask him if he remembered any of this, but I wasn't able to. But I don't remember ever this actually being a thing. I'm pretty sure this was fake. And the way that it's cut off, there's nothing prior and there's nothing afterwards, just makes it look very, very sketchy. Because what if right after I had said, just kidding, or what if after I had said, you know, that's not happening, or, you know, you never know. Even if it was real, context is very, very important. You can't just take one line that somebody said, or in this case, probably didn't say, because I don't remember this. Did it happen? I don't know. I don't remember. It's not available on Discord. Was it deleted afterwards? Possibly, but it wouldn't be in the audit log, so I don't know. But even if I said go to Act 1 Town, which by the way, this is not how I write. Again, this is not really my style of writing, but I digress. Even if I had said that, it doesn't say the name of my character. It doesn't say the time, right? There's no timestamp. It just says today. So we don't even know when this happened. Could have been during the time I was locked, because these conversations, when this whole, you know, giveaway conversation were happening, I was locked out of my account. I couldn't even log in. So I said go to Act 1 Town, but then, or apparently I said that anyways, but then I didn't say, you know, which server to go on. Like, you can't just find somebody in Act 1 Town if you're on the wrong server. So this, in my opinion, is not good proof. And also, important to note, this surfaced after that I had actually been locked for the second time for the entire month, which is even more sketchy. But anyways, and then let's see what this is. Accept their policy changes. Yeah, and then there was a screenshot where basically I had, you can see the date where I had found this whole thing, where basically some GG employees seem to be okay with Discord giveaways or with community Discord giveaways, or sorry, stream giveaways, etc., and some didn't. But when I finally got the answer, the final answer, which was no, I just dropped it. But despite that, people are still trying to portray me as the big RMT, you know, big bad Path of Math RMTer. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is basically, and of course, you guys are going to be entitled, any viewer, anybody who's watching this is going to be entitled to make their own opinion about the situation. I'm just presenting evidence. That's all I can do. Now, we need to talk about my biggest fan, which also happened to be the guy who made this thread. Now, before I go and talk about this, I do want to say something very clear. I do not condone of any violence. I do not condone of threats. I do not condone of harassment. So please don't go out there and try to retaliate against this guy for, you know, his opinion and him trying to do whatever he's trying to do. It does seem like he's on some type of self-righteous crusade. I'm not sure what the goal of it is, but it doesn't really matter. In the end, I'm really asking you guys not to retaliate in my name on this guy. So, please, seriously. But anyways, this is what I'm accused of now, and this is the second thing I want to talk about, and that's making alternate Reddit accounts just in order to start fights with streamers and all that. Now, this is the screenshot in question where he said that I started, you know, I picked a fight with him. And I'll be honest, I kind of did. I can definitely be petty when people start, like I said earlier, talking shit and just talking out of their ass and pulling stuff out of there that makes no sense, which is what he did. In this specific case, he was basically trying to showcase that in my video about the harvest changes, some of the data that I had used and shown to prove my point was basically null, was wrong, and he was trying to contradict that with some other evidence and other data, but he was using, instead of me, who was using the average, which makes sense, he was using the total amount of peak numbers, which means the most amount of players online at one given time in a given day. And that is like, why would you ever use that when showcasing your average player number and player retention? It didn't make sense. So I said, Seems nearly a year wasn't enough for you to hop off his balls. Interesting. Now, you might be wondering why I said his balls, because I'm talking about myself, and I'll talk about that in a second, why I was kind of forced to speak in the third person anytime I was talking about myself, and why these Reddit accounts were basically made to speak about myself in most cases, in order to set the record straight when people were just saying things about me that I had never said or never done, or just that were plain wrong or whatever. I'll talk about that in a sec. So I said that, and then he said this message was deleted. Actually, the entire account was deleted because it got banned, permanently banned, so there's no reason to even keep it. But they're trying to call it damage control, like I'm trying to hide all the bad things that I said. But no, it's just the account was banned, therefore there's no point of keeping it. Which this account, now that people know it's me, will also probably be banned, especially after this video. So either I make a new one, or I just completely get exiled out of the PoE subreddit. I'll talk about why in a second. So yeah, I had said the initial message, which was get off his balls after a year. He said, you aren't very slick. So you can actually see that he knew this was me. Well, I had never tried to hide the fact that this was me, and I was speaking in the third person because it was a joke on stream. I literally said on stream, like, I was like, shh, don't tell them, they're lacking critical information, because I was speaking about me in the third person. Stream thought it was funny, it was just for comedic sake, it wasn't really any harm to anybody. So he knew it was me, and then I said, prove it. But he had already proven it. So the only reason why I said that, and then he said something else, and I just said, again, prove it. The only reason why I said that is because I wanted to see, was this guy ever going to accept not having the last word? And the answer to that is just no. This guy cannot deal with somebody else argumenting over him. He's gonna go for the last word no matter what. Now, again, I'm not saying you should go harass him. Please don't. But it's just a fact, which I'm about to showcase to you guys, which is pretty funny. So he's trying to make it look like this right here. The fact that I said prove it twice is like I had been the most extremely toxic content creator in the history of Path of Exile subreddit. Because I said prove it, when he had already proven it, which technically means I had already told him, you know, you're right, you know, he had already won, but I guess he just didn't want to accept the fact that he had already won just because there was somebody who responded, prove it to it. I don't really know, but this is the only thing this is the only 3 messages that I wrote to this guy. That's it. And he's been basically taking these screenshots like they're the most crazy, incriminating things a person could ever say, which, again, I'm not sure what the whole self-righteous crusade is about, especially considering he's breaking a rule in his own posts by, on purpose, writing my name wrong, otherwise it would be deleted. It's a bit strange, to say the least. But now let me talk about why I'm permanently banned on the PoE subreddit, and why any other account that I ever make will just get permanently banned. So, it was for vote brigading. Now, I got permanently banned on the PoE subreddit for vote brigading. This was the time where I did the vote brigading in question. For losers who got nothing better to do, here's my chat with an actual GG employee after being reported for the first giveaway 3 leagues ago. Go find something better to do. So that is basically, that's somewhere in here. You might be able to find it, but that would be somewhere in this specific post. And I said, upload this if possible, my dudes. Now, the thing is, at that point, I didn't know. So, I mean, that's not a good excuse. I should have read the PoE subreddit rules. I should have, but I didn't even know that this was breaking the rules, telling people, you know, about this, because I wanted people to see this, because this was the proof that I had already spoken to a GG employee. Like I said at the start of the video, I had spoken to Kieran, and we had figured out how to actually go about doing the giveaways without any issues, which we had done for, you know, leagues prior to this thread and the initial lock. So yeah. Okay, so I got permanently banned on my first offense. I never got a warning. I never got a temporary ban. I never got anything like that. It was like, okay, dude, you did vote brigading on your Discord, you are permanently banned, and it even said any other account that you make that we know is you will get permanently banned. Now, I'm not sure if this is standard procedure in a subreddit, that if somebody does one thing wrong because he didn't read the rules, which, yes, that's on me, to permanently ban them forever and exile them out of that subreddit. I don't know if that's actually how things go, or if that was kind of like targeted against me because it was me. I don't know. But I do know that some of the mods in the subreddit hate my face for multiple reasons. So yeah, I'm not sure. Was it targeted? What is that actually just regular way they do things? I don't know. But that's why I had to start making accounts where I basically made an account. I didn't change the name. Whatever, you know, they give you a random name at the start and you get to change it. I just picked a random one and I never changed it. And anytime I had to speak about myself, I would have to speak in the third person, because anytime that one of these accounts would be known to be me, it would get banned, just like this one did. It just got banned within like 3 days. And why did I make this account right here in the first place is because this account got banned. So when this one got banned and this whole ordeal of the harvest stuff came around, I had a lot of threads that I needed to, or a lot of comments that were speaking in my name that I had to basically set the record straight. So I made a new account, which was that one, which now is deleted because it got banned. Now, this one was actually not permanently banned. This one was permanently banned. So I don't know whether this one is going to get permanently banned after this video. Probably. So my choice is going to be either to make a new one or to drop it entirely and just accept the fact that I'm exiled from the PoE subreddit forever because I did vote brigading once because I hadn't read the rules. Which, again, I know this is my fault. I'm supposed to have read the rules. But instant permaban on the first offense is questionable, at least in my book. Now, I need to talk about my biggest fan ever, which is obviously this guy, which is obviously the guy who made this. This guy has some type of obsession about me. Now, again, I'll say it again, and I know this is probably going to sound like a broken record, but please don't go out there and harass this guy or anything like that. But I think it's important to pay attention to the context and of the guy who's like spreading screenshot galleries and whatnot about me from my own Discord, from my own emails, before I even get to share them, because he's just, again, on his self-righteous crusade. So let's go ahead and have a look at this comment, on this guy's comment history. We're just going to go ahead and look at the things that are not about me, because that's actually going to be easier than to look at the things that are about me, because all of this is about me. 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 Oh, wait, no, this is not about me. So this is like the one thing that he spoke about harvest changes or something, about the target divines. That's not about me. This is about me. This is all about me. This is also about me. This is about me. This is about me. This is about me. So is this. So is this. So is this. And this entire thing. And all of this as well. All of this as well. All of this as well, also about me. And I think maybe this is not about me. I'm not so sure. But as you can see, this guy is dedicated to try and make me look bad by using whatever evidence he can use to basically fit his narrative. Now, if we look at his Twitter is probably even worse. Yeah. I'll just scroll down and I'll stop whenever something is not about me. So far, this is all about me. This is about me as well. This is all about me. This is all about me. And there you go. I think that's maybe where it's... No, there's more. Okay, so somewhere around here or something. Somewhere around here. So this is pages and pages and pages and pages of this guy arguing against everybody and sharing a million different screenshots, which don't pay any attention to the content, or sorry, to the context or to the intent, just for the sake of making me look bad. So who you decide to prove... who do you decide to believe after watching this video and seeing my side of the evidence and his? That's all up to you. All I can do is only present the facts. So, I've already spoken about this Reddit account, which has been my main Reddit account ever since my initial permanent ban. I can link it in the description. It's Remarkable Video 848. I'm not trying to hide that it's me, but the moment that they know it's me, it's going to get perma ban. But if anybody wants to go through all of my different posts and whatnot, feel free. And yeah, I have nothing to hide, really. The only reason that I'm hiding that it's my identity is so the thing doesn't get instantly permanently banned. Okay, now we need to talk about the last thing I want to cover in this video, and this is going to be the lock this time around, which was not due to the fake screenshots. So let's go ahead and talk about that. So let's get right into it. Now, I'm going to cut off a lot of the emails, both from me and from Chris, because this was directly with Chris, just for time's sake, realistically. A lot of it was just blah, 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 explaining different things. I think the only thing that are important are the statements that are made. So this is what Chris said. We understand that the death threat screenshots are likely fake. Well, first off, they weren't death threats screenshots. But he said if they were seriously, if we seriously thought they were real, we'd have an obligation to go to the police. And as you noted, it wouldn't have been a 1-month lock. No, absolutely. It would not have been a 1-month lock. In my opinion, it should have been a permanent ban if it was death threats. But it wasn't death threats. It was wishing somebody was dead. And I'm pretty sure that's not against any rules ever. Now, still, I think that it's a very, very disgusting thing to do. And, well, obviously these screenshots were fake. We already disproved that yesterday. So, now he actually told me why I was actually locked. He said, what caused the lock is the harassment of Rob in from your community, suggesting character names that call him out by name may feel like harmless joke, but it creates a brigade against him. Since September, Rob has received a stream of harassing emails, and this is all coming to head now because we finally understand what caused it. So what they're saying is that this Rob guy has been receiving a stream of harassing emails ever since he locked my account, which is completely understandable, but they're blaming me for it. Now, this is the next statement. He said, the messages have been found unacceptable were the ones making fun of his name in the context of the Heist League. I have to stress that normally anything like this, especially from a streamer, is basically always a permanent ban. That's a little bit aggressive, but were the one making fun of his name in the concept of the Heist League. So then his evidence, his proof that Chris gave me himself was actually a shot of my own video where we can see that we were messing around with the name Rob, because robbing, Heist League, stealing, it was basically just inoffensive word games. It was just joking around. Now, the fact that this joking around is considered staff abuse and enticing people to harass a staff member is on a whole other level. I cannot comprehend. I really can't. But this was it. So this was the evidence where I showed, you know, Rob robbing my rope, and then like another robbed league. So this is considered staff abuse. So that's that. That's why I was locked this time around. So what I did is I actually went in my Discord, and I looked at every single message sent by me that had Rob in its name to give you guys some more context as what I could have done that would have been considered, you know, enticing harassment or whatever. So we have this screenshot here, which is basically when this is Rob. He said your account is going to remain closed until the end of the league. Will not be reopened before this time. Now at this point, I had sent him all of the evidence that was disproving the fact that I had ever attempted to do Discord giveaways, which is what I was accused of and why the lock took place first. So I said, hey, yo, my name is Rob, and I really don't like Path of Math. Followed by Keck W. Clearly, this isn't, I don't know, this isn't serious, right? Like, this is just a joke. I'm literally putting a Keck W. I think that context matters a lot more than what's actually said. Not that I think that this is really incriminating due to the fact that I really do think that the guy didn't like me. If it wasn't me, I feel like, I don't know, if somebody's disproving what you're accusing them of doing to a T, to the point where you have no evidence whatsoever that proves that the person you're accusing did the things you're accusing them of, why would you just like double down and be like, no, dude, I took that decision. I'm going to stand by the decision, even though it's an unfair decision. So yes, I will say personally, I was unhappy, and my community was also unhappy, and we just laughed it off. Like, we didn't go out and make a crusade to harass the guy. We just laughed it off. So this is another message that I mentioned, Rob. Now this has nothing to do with anything, so if you read it, like, worry about some random dude getting picked on by Rob. So I was talking about, somebody was telling me, go ahead and message Chris directly. I was like, yeah, Chris has better things to do than that. Then the screenshot of a Pepe Mat or whatever it's called. Then I said, Rob is noping the fuck out of me. So this was in regards to the fact that he was refusing to reopen the case and even look at the evidence that I had sent him. And then this is actually really funny because this is kind of foreshadowing to today. I said, Perma Ban, reason saying, fuck Rob in your Discord. Now, at the time, we thought this was, like, never gonna happen. Little did we know. But the funny thing is I actually personally never said fuck Rob in my Discord. Like, not even once. I said, poor Rob getting all this hate. Some other people did. People who were doing it too seriously. People who were actually... saying very, very bad things, the message were removed, deleted, and I basically spoke to those people directly, and I said that we weren't going to be accepting anything outside of, like, joking stuff. Because, again, I never wanted anybody to just go and start harassing the guy. Sure, you're allowed to not like somebody. I mean, technically, you're allowed to say fuck somebody, right? Like, I can say fuck Trump, and the FBI is not going to kick down my door because of my opinion about a certain individual. It's the same thing here. Now, if I say that and then I start spamming that individual with, threats and just email spam, whatever it is, then it's breaking the law. But having an opinion about somebody, be it that you are a public figure or not, in my opinion, at least, is not something that should be considered staff abuse, like, in no way, shape, or form. And to be honest, if they want a solution, if they don't want people using the names, because I've seen people say fuck GGG, I've seen people say really bad things even on stream about GGG as a company, but the fact here the issue is that we're using his actual name, which is Rob. We're naming him, and that's what Chris basically said was the biggest issue. Why are these emails signed by name? Why don't they just sign them customer support if they don't want people to know who they're speaking with? It doesn't make any sense, like, at all. It really, really doesn't. But anyways, we can keep going through this one. Okay, this is the one that basically was so very incriminating, where I was using the guy's name, like another Rob League, Rob in my rope. Like, I don't understand how this is considered staff abuse, but I did, whatever. So at some point I was basically, I crashed. I think that was somewhere in the heist league started. There was a lot of issues with crashing. I said, I bet that was Rob disconnecting me. Again, Keck W. Like, I'm not being serious. And everybody in my community knows I'm not being serious. So then we went to, at some point, it was like Kieran, because Kieran was the initial employee I had spoken with that gave me the green lights for the giveaways. I said, Kieran, that son of a gun. He's the one who told me the giveaways were fine. It was all his fault. And then I said, all right, boys, all the hate for Rob is now directed at Kieran. And I said, just kidding. Kieran did nothing wrong, right? So it's all in joking manners. There's always some emotes. There's, like, it's obvious that nobody is serious. And Chris said to himself, it might look harmless to you, but it causes a brigade against him. So here's my argument. First off, it's not using, or I don't think, at least, that it's using me, his name like that, like Rob my rope or another Rob League. I don't think that this is what caused the brigade. What caused the brigade is this fake screenshot where I'm actively asking people to harass the guy. I'm actively saying, send this dude some emails. What he did was unjustified. He threatened my income. Let's threaten him. Let's get him fired. I wish he was dead, right? This is what's really, really bad. But the thing is, this is fake. This whole brigading against Rob stems from this, not from messing around and memeing around on a Discord. It makes no sense to think that this is what caused the brigading or the harassment of Rob and not this. When this screenshot had thousands, the initial post, that I'm not sure who made this, we'll never know, but whoever made this, the initial fake one, had thousands of views on the actual Imgur. Now, it's been re-uploaded many, many, many times, but the initial one had thousands of people who had seen it. So, of course, among these thousands of people, some people are going to be young, impressionable, try to follow what their streamer says, what their content creator says or whatever, and they're going to go through with this. But the thing is, This is fake. I never did this. And not only that, now here's my second argument about the fact that not only is it, like, in my opinion, and I think in anybody's opinion, this is not what caused the, you know, harassment to Rob. This is what caused harassment to Rob. But here's my second argument. How are you going to trace people harassing a GGG employee to me? Right? Like, if I'm somebody who just hates Path and Math enough to make these kind of fake screenshots, doesn't that mean that I'm also probably the kind of person who's going to go ahead and make a bunch of fake emails to harass the guy that I made a fake screenshot about and told and made it look like Path and Math was telling his fans to harass that given GG employee? Like, it just goes in circle, and it just doesn't make any sense to blame me and to hold me accountable for something that is, one, based on fake screenshot, but not only is it based on fake screenshot, there's no way to prove that any of those people who were harassing Rob were my fans, were my people, right? If I was to make a fake screenshot of Ziggy D saying, yo guys, send death threats to Chris, right? And then I make 150 different emails, I make this public, this Ziggy D picture public, and then I make 150 different fake emails, and I send death threats to, in the name of Ziggy D, to Chris. How are we ever going to hold Ziggy D accountable, right? Well, first off, he's not the kind of person to do that, but neither am I. But character shouldn't even be taken in consideration here. This is ridiculous. What they should have done, if the guy is getting harassed through emails to his personal email, is just change email or something. Like, it doesn't make any sense to hold me accountable for something that has so many different possibilities that could have been causing this, the main one being a fake screenshot that I proved was already fake. So I think that once again, for the second time, and this time I am a little bit annoyed, and I am a little bit pissed, because I spoke to Chris directly, and I'm being held accountable for something that simply isn't my fault. And if they're going to try to make me believe that me saying this, Rob robbed my rope and another robbed league, if they're going to try to make me believe and convince me that this is what caused their GGG employee to get harassment, well, I'm out. I don't want to be, they can permanently ban me, because I am never, ever going to stand by that judgment. That is really, really just doesn't make sense. It makes absolutely no sense. And I'd love to see those arguments in court, right? Because technically this is kind of like the court of GGG. And I know that a lot of people are gonna be like, yeah, it's their game, they get to choose whatever they want. And I get that, and you're right. But I do think that as a content creator especially, it makes not only me look bad, it makes my community look bad, and I'm being treated as if I had done, like, it's just an injustice. And like I said, I guess at some point in the video, I fucking hate injustices. And I think I've made my point. I hope it's come across. Now, I'm not asking for you guys to brigade against GGG this time around either. I'm not saying, okay, this time go against Rob, he really messed up. No. This is just me presenting the facts and me sharing how I feel about the situation. Of course, in the end, GGG does get the final word, but I'm serious. If they're gonna try to make me believe that this kind of nonsense and messing around is what caused one of their employee to get harassed, then permanently ban me, and I'm just done. I'm just done with content. I'm just done with this game. I'm just gonna try to make my name as a streamer in another game, because I don't want to be part of a game where the devs treat their players like this. On that note, though, I do want to say a huge thank you to my supporters: Jordan, Lost with the Map, Kremis, So Nice, Flame Scorpion, Nathaniel, Richard, JW Players, Scott, Young B, Tuck Tuck, Michael, Ashley, Pabloms, Cool, Keebs, Marcus, Justin, Matt, Kevin, Powell, Mercury, Ethan, Citri, Jared, Axel, Acid, Phenom, Trevor, as well as, of course, anybody else who's missing from the list. There's been so much support lately, and I really, really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys have a good one, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.